invite, include, but as a leader, initiate that. So there I was, 9 months at Costco, March into December of 2020. And I learned so much. And it was a powerful experience to be somebody that's been a leadership trainer, specializing in elementary, middle, high school, college, university settings, to then be thrust into a completely foreign situation for myself, that is retail, and then quickly realize, why don't I put into action what I have actually been talking about for 28 years? Not that I would do that as a test, but more along the lines of, I really believe this. This is how I live my own life. And one part of that is, of course, initiating conversation and not letting doubt or fear of saying the wrong thing stop you from just being inquiring. I find so often people self-doubt and question themselves and stops them from asking a question. I'll give you an example. Starting in May, we had a new role at Costco, and that is before you started your shift, you had to report to the medical office and answer questions about, are you experiencing any symptoms? Have you spent any time with anybody with symptoms? And have you traveled internationally? I was one of the first to be trained. Here I am, waiting for my next patient. Jess comes in. I know Jess was from Korea. We had chatted briefly in the lunchroom, and I was starting to get to know her. She came to Canada to go to Fanshawe and has stayed because she met her husband there. Well, after I check somebody in, there's a master list, and I have to then stroke them off that list, and I couldn't find Jessica. So a few hours later, I happened to see her, and I said, Jess, I couldn't find your name on the list. Oh, yes, sorry. Jessica is my North American name. My name is Soyoung. Okay, one more time, how do you spell that so I can find you on the list? And then we find it is Sojoung. Oh, Soyoung. And then I quickly realized that the 3 other women and men I work with that are Korean do the same thing. Michelle was Unche, Stella was Sungyu, and Sean was Songyung, right? And so, okay, I can now find that, got it. And now I'm actually going to work on their names. Jess, it's Songyung, got it. And how do you say thank you in Korean? I then asked Jess. And she said, Goomawa. I was like, Goomawa? Yeah, Goomawa. Oh, I love that. It's like, I said, it's like a cuddly creature, a Goomawa. And she had a big laugh. And I routinely would say Goomawa after I would check in my Korean teammates who work with me at Costco. Within a day of my comment that a Goomawa feels like a cuddly creature, Costco was selling these big stuffies. Right away, I looked at it and I said, that's a Goomawa. So I bought one. You can see it there. Yeah, I gave it to my daughter for her 12th birthday back there in 2020. And I said, Isla, I'm sorry, I've already named your new creature. This is your Goomawa. Humor, connections, getting to know people, not being afraid of saying, I don't understand. That is, I can't find you on this list. Oh, sorry, how do you spell that? Okay, sorry, how do you pronounce that? Soyoung. Even me, yes, even North American me, I get it. I have an interesting last name, Thibodeau. Not everybody can spell it right away. It's often the H is missing, right? T-H-I-B. Even my North American born wife, she's Liz with the double Z. As she always says, people that know her spell her name right. 2 Z's, please. Little acts of inclusion, big impact. It's not just language, culture. It's anything that you can do to prove to people around you that what makes them special is also important to you, and that you remember those meaningful connections. Goomawa.